40 pounds on a plant-based diet, eating the exact foods that I'm going to be showing you in today's video. So I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into my exact grocery list. And if these foods are not on my grocery list, that just simply means that I already have them in the house. But I figured out my top 21 items that without a doubt, I have to either have on that grocery list or in my cupboards or my fridge. These foods are the staple foods in my diet that have allowed me to lose 40 pounds in the past 6 months. Getting this weight off has been quite the struggle for me all of these years, and I've talked a lot about it on my more recent videos on my channel. So if you're interested in finding out exactly what I did to get this weight off, then I will leave a few videos posted in my description box below. So be sure to check those out because I'm sure you'll find it pretty helpful. But today's video, we're gonna just jump right into it and get into these awesome foods that I eat 100% on rotation. As you saw before in my intro, I have a table full of food right now in front of me, and I'm going to be going through each one and kind of giving the backstory on why I make sure that I have that specific food in the house and what I primarily use it for. But before we jump into the video, I have some holiday news for you. So all of my weight loss recipe ebooks, including my brand new one that has 0 overt fats or any breads or any pastas in any of the recipes, that was a mouthful, but including that one, all 3 of my weight loss recipe ebooks are bundled together for only $10. Now, let me just put this into perspective for you. That's less than the cost of even one of the books alone. So that is heavily discounted. And the reason for that is that I don't want cost to be the reason that gets in your way of your health and weight loss goals, especially with all the holidays coming up. I know how tempting, it can be to kind of eat off plan. And with the new year coming around the corner, I just have this feeling that a lot of us are going to have a little bit more pep in our step come January and really kind of want to dive all in. So if you're looking for more oil-free, whole food plant-based recipes, if you want to see the exact recipes that I've been eating to get 40 pounds off, then now's your chance to check out those books at a super heavy discounted price. So those books will all be linked in my description box below. All right, so food, all this food in front of me. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I've been eating. Okay, so this is my mountain of food that you're looking at. The first thing I'm going to talk about are my beans. Now, as you can see, these are not canned beans. I personally love buying the dry beans, and my 3 favorite kinds of beans that I use pretty much all the time are the black beans as well as chickpeas. Oh, what is that on my finger? Oh, a piece of green. And white beans. So those are my favorite 3 type of beans. Now, the reason I like to buy them dry is because I personally prefer to make all of my beans in the Instant Pot. Now, I've talked about this on my channel before. I don't put any seasonings or anything when I cook my beans in the Instant Pot. I literally just use water, so that way I can use them, in many different types of dishes. The main reason I love having beans are for my fiber protein shakes. If this is your first time landing on one of my videos, these shakes have literally been the cornerstone to my weight loss. I have one every single day, and beans are the star of the show in those shakes. These shakes are super delicious and offer a lot of protein and fiber, and they just keep me really full for a long time. So I also obviously use the beans for other things, for my meals, for salads, soups. I just love batch cooking beans, and then I can kind of use them however I want. I will be putting out a video soon showing my super easy meal prep. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so moving on, we are gonna go over here to the milk. Now, a lot of you guys ask me what type of milk do I use? So this is just, the commercial store-bought brand, nothing special. As you can see, it's the unsweetened vanilla that I prefer to get. Now, I do have a health food store that I frequent probably about once a week. They do have better brands that are super expensive, like $10, $12 for one container. I buy those occasionally. I know already this is not the best kind, but I have just learned not to sweat the small stuff. As long as it's unsweetened, I just can't be bothered with sweating the small stuff. That didn't work out for me when I was, very obsessive about making sure every single thing was perfect. So I do the best that I can. This is what I can afford. This is what I'm going to use regularly because it's not actually just for me, it's for my kids too. So sometimes I make it on my own, sometimes I buy the good stuff, and sometimes I use this. So this is my preferred brand when it is just kind of the, regular store-bought milk. And of course, one of the main reasons why I use milk and why it has to be on my grocery list is, again, for those fiber protein shakes. So These two are best friends in this house. So anyways, the milk is an absolute must for those shakes. Now, to keep in the spirit of the shakes, I'm just gonna hop on over here to the bananas, peep how many bananas I have. Yes, I look like the crazy banana lady in the store. A lot of people, you know, definitely give me the look of like, what on earth do you need all of these bananas for? My mother, the same. I think she's kind of getting over it at this point. However, this is about how many bananas I have at all times. And again, the reason for that is because I use them a lot in my fiber protein shakes, along with, you know, green smoothies as well. So I always have to have frozen bananas. So it's fine to buy them in bulk like this because I literally just let them ripen. And then I, you know, peel them, throw them in a Ziploc bag, and they go into my freezer and, you know, they never get wasted. Despite there being so many bananas, they always get used. Okay, so next on my list is cacao powder. Now, this is not cocoa powder. This is the raw version of cocoa powder. It just offers a lot more in terms of nutrition. To me, it honestly tastes pretty similar. There's no sugar added. It's high in fiber and magnesium, a rich chocolate flavor. I love this stuff. So sometimes I make a hot chocolate with this for me and my kids. This also goes in some of my fiber protein shakes, my Snickers shake, as well as the brownie shake. So yeah, I definitely love having the cacao powder. I believe I got this one on Amazon. I also get it from my health food store, but I always have cacao powder. And speaking of the fiber protein shakes again, normally I would have the powdered peanut butter on this table as well, but I just recently ran out and I ordered that from Amazon. So I will be placing an order for that, but powdered peanut butter is something I always have in this house for those shakes as well. And just in case it is your first time watching one of my videos, I will actually link this video in my description box below with my fiber protein shakes so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, as well as there's also 7 days worth of recipes in my brand new weight loss recipe ebook. Okay, so medjool dates will be the next one. Now, these are my absolute favorite out of all the dates. You know, if you've never had one, they are incredible. They kind of taste like caramel. So I always have a container. These containers are a bit pricey. I think I got this one on sale for $9.99, but normally they're like $14.99 or so. But to me, they're worth it. I love to, you know, sweeten pretty much anything using dates. I know maple syrup is heavily used in the whole food plant-based community, but I personally love using dates as my natural sweetener. So I believe these are also rich in potassium. So yeah, I really enjoy dates. And they honestly have not affected my weight loss at all. I sometimes eat them just for even a snack. I know that a lot of people are scared of dry fruit when it comes to weight loss, but I've honestly eaten these a whole ton and still have lost 40 pounds. So these are my sweetener of choice. Okay, and right next to that in this little container here is my nutritional yeast. I always have some nutritional yeast around the house because I love my cheese sauce, specifically my spicy cheese sauce. If you have not tried that, you can also find that in my new weight loss recipe ebook. I absolutely love this on spiraled zucchini, which over here I have 4 large zucchinis. I'm telling you guys, I eat zucchini like they are going out of style. You don't have to spiral them. I just love spiraling them for the texture, but all the same, you could just chop them up into slices and, you know, pan fry them in a little bit of water or soy sauce or even hot sauce, you know, just anything that can bring it to life, and then top it with my cheese sauce, and it is an incredible non-starchy side. Okay, another must-have that's kind of, you know, an odd one maybe is soy sauce. The reason why I always have soy sauce is because of my fat-free Caesar dressing sauce that I absolutely love. And soy sauce is one of the main ingredients in it. So that's pretty much all I use it for. I mean, sometimes I might splash a little bit on some spiraled zucchini, obviously on some rice sometimes. But other than that, I would say that the main thing I use it for is my Caesar dressing. So soy sauce will always be in this house or on the list. Okay, and so right next to the soy sauce, as you can see, I've got some organic garlic here, as well as some organic onions. I mean, they don't have to be organic. I always strive to do organic if I can, but certainly, you know, just conventional regular stuff will do the trick as well. So garlic and onions you will always find in my house because they just bring most meals, you know, to life, as well as just how healthy they are for us. And again, that Caesar dressing calls for garlic, which I make a ton of that. So I always make sure I've got garlic in the house. All right, so let's move on over to these beautiful greens that I have. I love me some greens. And I've talked about this on my channel before, you know, as far as my fiber protein shakes, I don't actually like mixing the greens in my fiber protein shakes because I've designed those flavors to taste, dessert-like, like Snickers and Reese's Pieces Buttercup and vanilla birthday cake. This would not taste good to me in those flavors. Now, if you want to throw them in just to increase your greens, by all means, it's not a hard rule. I'm just saying for me personally, that's something that I kind of like to keep separate, and I really enjoy a green smoothie, and these are my favorite ingredients to put in it. So this is just a head of kale that I have. This is some beautiful mint. Like, look at this mint, and if only you could smell it the way that I'm smelling it. It is so fresh, so healthy. I love mint. Sometimes I have 2 to 3 to 4 bundles of mint at all times in my house for those green smoothies. This is the secret ingredient. Just like the beans are the secret ingredient in the fiber protein shakes, mint is the star of this show in my favorite green smoothie. So again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, you might want to hit subscribe on your way out because I will be posting a video where I show my favorite green smoothie. Now, when I drink my green smoothies, I make sure that they are very low calorie. I drink them at night when I'm craving something. I drink them as a snack, or I drink them as a non-starchy side, alongside whatever starch I'm eating. So the green smoothies are very low calorie in comparison to the fiber protein shakes, and they are not meant as a meal replacement. They are meant as a side or as a snack. Okay, so I just had to run to the fridge because I realized I forgot to put this out. So this is baby spinach. I grabbed this from Costco. So spinach is definitely on the list of my favorite greens, alongside the kale, alongside the mint, as well as some cilantro. Now, I feel like people sleep on these herbs. The herbs are really what bring our foods to life, even more so than the greens. The greens are, good for us, and they give us that earthy flavor to, our shakes and whatnot. But I'm telling you, when you add, herbs, they're so flavorful, to salads, smoothies. So I always have cilantro because I absolutely love my carrot herb salad. That recipe, again, can be found in my new weight loss recipe ebook, but I eat that all the time. And cilantro is the star of that recipe. Now, for all of you who don't like cilantro, no problem, because it can just be swapped out for parsley instead. But me personally, I love the cilantro. That salad is just one of my favorite salads, so I'm always making sure I've got cilantro in the house. But those are my 4 favorite greens, and these will be gone within a couple of days. I eat a ton of greens. Okay, and speaking of that carrot salad, carrots are another thing that I always have around here because of that salad. I eat it all the time. I also like, carrot juice from time to time. For those of you who have been following me for a long time, you know that I healed myself many years ago juicing, and carrots make an excellent base for juice. So I try to have a juice once or twice a week at some point. I don't juice for weight loss, I juice for health. I just feel like it's, insurance on my health. And so carrots are a huge part of that as well. But I would say even more than that, I love that carrot salad of mine. So I always try to have a big bag of carrots in the house. Okay, so next is frozen fruit. So I personally am a huge fan of mango chunks as well as strawberry slices. Those are my 2 favorite frozen fruits, along with frozen bananas, which I do have my bag in the freezer right now. Actually, let me go grab that. Okay, so here it is. I wasn't lying when I said I always have, frozen bananas on the go. It is absolutely a must. So I would say these are my 3 favorite frozen fruit to have available at all times. Again, for, the green smoothies, as well as those fiber protein shakes, mainly the bananas for the fiber protein shakes. And then I just try to use these fruits for my green smoothies. I also like frozen blueberries as well, but I would say that these 3 are my 3 absolute favorite. Okay, and lastly, my starches. So we've already touched on the bean situation, which I always have beans, in this house and prepped and ready to go. And then these 2 are my favorite types of rice, which is jasmine and basmati. I love to have rice bowls. Now, they are not my absolute favorite just because rice isn't my favorite starch, but I do enjoy them when I have them. And I really enjoy them when I'm kind of craving something with a lot of flavor and, different textures and that kind of thing. So I really enjoy rice bowls. I do find them quite easy when I have the rice already prepped and ready to go. So these are my 2 favorite types of rice. And potatoes, oh my gosh, sweet potatoes are my absolute favorite. For those of you who follow me, I've mentioned that a lot of times before, but as you can see, I have 5 hunking sweet potatoes here. They will get eaten this week. So I absolutely love sweet potatoes. I think I like them even more than regular potatoes, but that is not to say I don't love me some regular potatoes. my favorite way to eat the potatoes since losing this 40 pounds has pretty much been Instant Pot potatoes as well as air fried French fries. I love sweet potato fries, air fried French fries, and Instant Pot potatoes. I would say those are my top 3 favorite ways of eating them. And then of course we can't forget our oats. I absolutely love adding oats. I actually have some starchy smoothies that I've been adding oats to. I have an apple pie one that I make for myself and the kids. It is absolutely delicious. As well as, you know what? Oats are an incredible meal when you just need to make something fast and you're hungry, you know, and it doesn't have to be just for breakfast. I sometimes have oatmeal for lunch or for dinner, you know, so don't limit yourself to just having oats for breakfast. But I would say that those are my 4 favorite starches: the oats, the sweet potatoes, and of course the rice. All right, everyone, so I'm gonna leave the video here. That gives you a very up close and personal look as far as what I'm eating, what I'm buying at the grocery store, and what you will find inside my fridge and my cupboards. These are the exact foods that I've been eating to get this weight off. And let me tell you something, I haven't been hungry at all. I mean, how can you be when you see, you know, the amount of food that I have on this table and the amount of food you can eat when it's lower calorie density foods? And especially since eliminating those overt fats, that has been a game changer for me, like literally a game changer. I can even eat more food without adding any fat. So again, if you want to check out my weight loss recipe ebooks, take advantage of that holiday special. The link will be found in my description box below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the way out. I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos showing exactly what I'm eating, including that delicious green smoothie recipe. That one's coming soon. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.